Do you give up on your anxiety or OCD struggles before you even begin? We're going to talk all about it. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, my name is Natasha Daniels. I'm a therapist and I make videos for people with anxiety or OCD. And today I want to talk about that inner talk, how you show up to your anxiety or OCD struggles. We're going to be bombarded with anxiety or OCD struggles if we have that issue. And it's not just about doing difficult things or showing up and being brave or doing things that anxiety or OCD doesn't want you to do. It's also about how do you cheerlead and coach yourself in your head? What is your internal dialogue? What is what you discuss with yourself? And I'm noticing with my own 3 kids with anxiety or OCD that I'm spending a lot of extra time working on how they show up to the game. the game of anxiety or OCD. Are they talking themselves, into a panic, or are they building themselves up? How do you talk to yourself when you have an anxiety or OCD struggle? Do you say things like, oh, it's going to be a horrible day tomorrow, or I'm not going to be able to do it, or I'm going to be in here for hours, or I can't do that because I'll be doing this for whatever, or there's no way I can present because I'll mess up, or there's no way I can go to that party because I'll make a fool out of myself, or there's no way that I can eat that because my OCD won't allow me, or there's no way I can, you get my point, right? I mean, replace whatever I said as an example for your anxiety or OCD theme, because obviously it's going to be very different for each one of you. But the common ground is giving up before you even begin. Nope, can't do it. I'm going to be sick. I mean, I've heard from my kids lately these comments of, it's going to be a horrible day today. And I always respond with, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that tomorrow's going to be a horrible day. Because if you tell yourself it's going to be a horrible day, then the likelihood it really will be. Because when we tell ourselves this is going to be a nightmare, or oh my gosh, this is going to be the roughest week of my life. Okay, you know what? It probably will be. Because if you set yourself up for the worst day, the worst experience, the worst week, the worst month, whatever it may be, then your brain is going to be like, okay, we are primed and ready for this to be a horrible experience. Now, when you say to yourself, right, we don't want to build ourselves up with false, rainbows and butterflies, but when you say to yourself, this is going to be a challenge, but I know I can get through it. Or tomorrow isn't going to be something I want to enjoy, but I know that I'll be able to get through it. Or this might be a difficult situation, but I'm going to use all my tools to get through it. You see what I mean? And I mean, it could be anything, but the point is using your words to acknowledge, okay, we're not trying to say this is going to be exciting and wonderful. I know sometimes people talk about shifting your anxiety to be like, I'm not anxious, I'm excited. That doesn't really work for me because I know I'm not excited, I'm really anxious. It's truly in the anxiety department. But when I say, yes, I am anxious, and what if it goes well? And I'm anxious, and what if it goes more smoothly than I think? Or I'm anxious and I'll just take it one step at a time and I know I'll get through it because I've gotten through hard things before, right? And so I spend so much of my time in my head cheerleading myself. I'm aware of the anxious thoughts that pop up. I'm aware of the paralysis that happens where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna be able to do this. And then I'm also aware that I come in and I rescue myself and I say, look, Natasha, I talk to myself a lot. You can do this. You may not want to go, or it may not be fun, but you can get through this. Just take it one small step at a time. And so pay attention in the next 2 days to how you talk to yourself, or the next time you are really faced with an anxiety or OCD trigger or upset, which could be like in the next 5 minutes, who knows? How do you show up to that struggle? Do you show up with a cheerleading squad for anxiety and OCD? Like, yeah, you're not going to be able to do this. This is going to be horrible. You're going to hate it. Or do you recognize that it's going to be a challenge, but that you've got your own back? Get your own back, right? That's how we build lifelong skills, that little internal dialogue. Now, sometimes we depend on parents, moms or dads or partners or friends or therapists even to do that for us. And I'm finding myself in that position a lot lately as a mom, that I am the one doing too much pep talking to one of my kids and they're yeah-butting me. Yeah, but that's not going to work. And yeah, but no. And yeah, but. And when I'm pedaling harder than the person I'm trying to help, that's a problem. And are people pedaling harder than you? Are you depending on other people to pull you out of that dark hole and bring you up and, encourage you and cheerlead you and get you to go do that thing? You want to be able to build the skills to do that for yourself. So it takes one small step at a time. It doesn't happen overnight, but it's noticing the negative things that you're telling yourself and wording them differently and starting to become a friend to yourself when you're having those struggles instead of a cheerleader for anxiety and OCD. We don't want that. I hope that you find the sparkle in everything you do, and I'll talk to you again and be here for another video next Thursday. Take care.